I mean, we can go for another cold resistance. Oops, no, not that. Now we have full cold resistance. That's something. Still take quite a beating from the actual claws themselves at the end of the day here. Is there anything else even close? Not so much. Foxfire is not going to do the trick at the moment here. Swiftness could be nice just for keeping our distance. We also, okay, we've picked up 2 of our stones. Do we mulch the 3rd, or is it sitting somewhere? It is sitting somewhere. At least that's in our exit path. So that's something. First equip up. Yeah. Probably don't want the Amulet of Guardian Spirit, and I would rather have regen. Let's try and keep ourselves alive, shall we? Seem tempting. Oh, hello. You're not the skin haver I'm interested in facing. It's interesting though, thinking about switching back to our troll leather armor, getting double regen instead of the extra pip of cold resistance, because that 3rd pip has diminishing returns, especially when it comes to you just starting to claw, trample, and bite. All that nastiness. Yeah, that hurts really bad. We are not somebody who deals well with physical harm here. If our Mephitic Cloud could just fill up a few more squares, that would be lovely. Come on, you can do it. That's not quite right. That's something. Okay, so you're standing in flame, and that's okay, but it's not quite enough. We can use our rocks early on, even though we take a beating in return. What else? What else? I actually should have read my ID scrolls while we were still around the corner before re-engaging, just to see if there are any other tools here that might be a life or death scenario, but maybe we'll just start punching our dragon friend here. Oh, I'm no longer poison resistant. Ah, there's the downside to that ring choice. But that should be okay. I want you to be standing in flames here. Oh, come on. Oh, it's so close. 44 damage, you deal, it's 17 times 3, so that's 51 damage max. Not looking great, but you are going to take fire damage. What are my chances of hitting you with this to just double down on fire? All fire all the time? Perfect. But you didn't drop your skin. Unforgivable. There we go, just to confirm. Yeah, Divine Exegesis, 93% failure rate. Not exactly ideal. It is what it is, I guess. But okay, we have one more shot here. We could also retreat, which might be the better decision to make, especially since we're going to be in some close quarters here. But I believe, just give me a moment. Or was this the same dragon in the end? Oh, it might have been the same, actually. How about that? Well, unfortunately, all that, we don't even get the skin of our enemies to wear. Honestly, just disappointing, but hey. It is what it is, I guess, at the end of the day. These vampire mosquitoes are actually gonna hurt really badly. What are our odds of hitting you? 50%? Not ideal. Can I pop around here? No. Here? There we go. Always a little bit risky diving into unexplored territory, but felt like we just had to get the heck out of here. And unfortunately, that teleport was not good. Let's get back to that whole running away thing. Unfortunately, we can't go to the right because that's where we just left our friends. One more teleport? How could it possibly go wrong again? Like I said, was never even a concern. Absolutely no shot. Should be able to face off against a few orc friends here. No problem. Perfect. And let's switch back to our troll leather armor. Get that double regen going. That will also be a very nice assurance for our continued survival, as undeserved as it may be. Yields are so bad. Yeah, those first couple of yields you come across before you have even an inkling of getting resistances to it can be absolutely brutal. Let's take you upstairs instead, my friends. Fortunately, you're both poison resistant, but not quite so much on the flame side of things. So, with that in mind, bada boom, bada bing, there we go. That's much better. And now you maybe ask yourself, why didn't we do that last time? And you're just correct. Why didn't we do that last time? Fortunately, against the eels here, now that we're not one hit away from dead, we can just get some steam going. Makes for a fantastic delicacy here. And we'll just continue here. These will hurt, but we're doing a little bit of a hefty amount of damage ourselves, of course. Not too bad. Oh wait, troll friend, come back. Oh, dang it. Really wanted to confuse that troll next to the deep water. That's always a good time. But hey, we'll just have to face them another time. And let us drop in here. I want to inscribe R1. And let's ID a few more things, shall we? Like heal wounds. Perfect. And what else? Blinking. Oh wow, I should have called that shot too. Fantastic. Immolation not so much, but hey, we can't complain too much at the end of the day. We're getting all the goods here. 2 more ID scrolls. Let's go for scrolls. Fog, Fear, and Blink is a good combination of scrolls to get ID'd. Can't complain too much about that. Brand Weapon also. If we do switch over to a Giant Spike Club, which sounding more and more attractive whenever I think of it here, but not in too much of a rush for that yet here. Okay, let's get a wee bit of a stretch going. It is exhausting putting yourself in dumb situations, I'll tell you what. Absolutely exhausting. Where are we getting fire resistance from? Our cloak, is it? Our cloak. Oh, we actually already had a pip of RC, so I was overmaxed when I was wearing that combination of rings and robe. Whoopsie daisies. Early scroll requirement isn't a usual thing that I can rely on, so not exactly a go-to solution there. I would like you to step into the clouds before I light them on fire so that you're not smart enough to try and avoid them. Fantastic. As we get shafted. Oh boy. Now this is going to be an interesting little adventure, I'm sure. How could it possibly go wrong? Okay, Snake isn't too bad. I mean, we are going for a bit of a poison heavy build, so that makes it slightly less than ideal, but with Ignite Poison, we're at least not fully reliant on such things. Instead, are kind of mixing it up. And hopefully, we could find some transmutations before too long. We're rapidly increasing piety with Sif here, so that is fantastic. Also, speaking of which, I mean, these are both pretty much at their training goals right now. So I'm going to put on invocations here. Let's bring that to at least 10. We'll see where that leaves Divine Exegesis. At least that way we have Death's Door and Revivification to bring us back from the brink of death. Again, save us from our own decisions here. And let's bring fighting up to 12 since that's a relatively easy train. Hello, friend. Oops, rather light it on fire. There we go. That doesn't quite do the trick. Oh, whoops, rampage, right? I'm rampaging over here. Let's instead just leave this fight. I'd like to replenish all of our magic before we get into too much trouble. And right, I've not found a single upstairs yet, so I guess we just hide in a corner over here. That's about as good as it gets. Again, forgetting about rampage, not my brightest moment, but probably should just get used to that one because it's going to be a common theme moving forward here, I'm sure. There we go, light you on fire. Let's try that one more time, doing it slightly more intelligently this time around. Perfect. friend. Goodbye. And definitely give me another ID here. Get all of our scrolls sorted. Silence, not a bad find. Oh, no, do not want it with a basilisk. I was about to say we can probably take a pack of yaks. What's the big deal? But immediately proven incorrect. An amulet of faith we will just leave behind for the time being. And let's just, again, forget that I have rampage, of course, to start off. Always a great leaping off point. But there we go, not too shabby. Light you on fire as well. Fantastic. Oh me, oh my. One of these days we'll have some other spells at our disposal, and won't that be a thing of absolute beauty? Until then, though, gotta be pretty happy with the Mephitic Ignite combo. It's doing what it can. It's doing okay. Not great, but okay. Ring of Ice can definitely go by the wayside, since we now have an artifact version. It does the same dang thing. Might as well start some fires back here. Hoping to kill the Hydra before they get too much of an opportunity to return the favor. And that's not bad. Perfect. There we go. Have to wait out the clouds of fire. Get in my own way sometimes, unfortunately. On a paralysis, I do want. Magical power can probably go. Even Spirit Guardian can probably go for the time being here. We'll be pretty hippie with that. Perfect. And onwards we go through our lair here. Without too many complaints at the end of the day. Did we leave anything here? Yes, we did. Right. Pack of yaks and a basilisk as a bit of a supervisor for the whole crew. It's nice to know our yaks have chaperones. They're not just left by their lonesome to make decisions, because yaks aren't too bright at the end of the day. It's where the whole wool-headed expression comes from. Little known fact. As for an unID'd scroll, I do want that. So let's drop a bunch of this trash that I've just been lugging around for no reason. There we go. It's about to make a stink about, oh, okay, we need to decide what do we want to toss, what do we want to keep. But it ended up being a much simpler question at the end of the day there. Fantastic. Where can we go? I guess here? You won't destroy a mushroom, would you? You would. Oh, so rude. Bedhouse would be ashamed. I thought the forces of nature would have aligned against the rest of us by now. Especially with the sheer amount of forests that I've burned down on various adventurers. You knew what was good for you. You'd band together. Do something about it. But I guess I was just also making fun of your intelligence as a yak, so maybe those two criticisms don't exactly overlap in the most consistent of ways. But let's start somewhere here. Light it up and hopefully confuse this elephant. Perfect. Not super confident in my ability to kill elephants, so I will take you upstairs, I believe. No, I do not want to enter explore mode by accident. Whoopsie daisies. There we go. Perfect. Should be able to face the last elephant the proper way, as our Lord intended. Even cane toads, apparently? Not too bad. We do punch. This we do. And there we go. Rampage actually working to our advantage there, making sure that the water moccasins stayed within our clouds as we wanted to light them on fire. We do love to see it. We can do something similar here, too. Ooh, except not quite. There we go. We do have to let you step forward. Fortunately, the cloud's not aligning quite as ideally. And I'm mesmerized. Well, fortunately, we have wands of flame, so we can throw down some clouds real quick. Makes it slightly trickier for our merfolk friend here. Were you the only one guarding the entrance? Come on, Shoals. You gotta work on that. I honestly just feel kind of insulted that you'd only post one guard. I mean, what kind of an adventure do you think I am? And no, I don't want you to answer that because I'm very concerned as to what that may be. As for the rest of you, let's just take you into our little hobby corner. Our own little realm of pain here. Fantastic. Oh, geez, let's not accidentally ignite anything. There we go. That's what we wanted. Just kind of hoping for once there that we don't actually get the Mephitic full coverage and instead can take advantage of it and light it all on fire. Fantastic stuff. Blink frogs we should be able to just tab through. Though it's sketchy in its own right. And give me some spell books, please. Any day now. We'll get those transmutation spells any day now. At least Sif is slowly but surely, hey, making their way up there. Fantastic. I mean, I guess we are kind of a poison mage, so I don't know what else I should have expected from here. But Olgrep's Toxic Radiance and Ignite Poison, I mean, does it get any sweeter? Lair, maybe not the best place to take advantage of these things, but I will gladly take it. Let's learn that bad boy. I am also going to learn, I think, Irradiate while I'm here. We can start training towards that at the very least. Until then, Poison Magic, welcome back to the squad. You're coming up to 10, and as mentioned, Transmutations can come up. Probably to 10 as well. We'll be using them in the future anyway. And we're sitting in a half-decent spot at the moment. Sif will no longer grant us books, you son of a gun. I mean, I can't complain too much. You did kind of give us the absolute keys to the kingdom here. And what did I want to do? I wanted to potentially rearrange these specifically. Let's get Olgrep's and Toxic Radiance swapped around. And now give me no poison immune enemies, please and thank you. That would be lovely. Hey, there's Spider form. A little bit too late, potentially, but it is something. Let's just ignite you, friend. Frog, we can just quickly pummel ourselves. A Dazzling Dagger, might as well check to see if it's a good stat stick. I mean, it's plus 10, which is kind of sweet, but strength plus 8 is not exactly what we're hoping and dreaming of. I would much rather find ourselves with, oops. Already forget the little change we made to our macros. Whoopsie daisies. Fortunately, it's not too bad in this specific scenario. And here we go. This is where it all comes together. Absolutely fantastic. Similarly, Dream Sheep can go down relatively quickly. I kind of feel bad for this son of a gun. In fact, can I confuse you? Not as well as I would like. Well, that's fine. We'll just do some of the old punchy. And I need one more magic. There we go. Bring it on, my boulder beetle friend. Are you gonna die to that poison? No, you say. No. Oh, and there were two of you, you say. How about that as well? This time around we use Mephitic Cloud. Okay, and there we go. It does work when they're rolling. That's good confirmation to have. Definitely a much safer way to deal with our problems here. 4 Cure-Tip Darts. That's so much better than Atropa. Don't mind if I do. Also kind of better than just regular poison, but that's fine. We'll get her sorted here eventually. And that should just about do it. Quickly light it up. We don't do well against Hydras because we unfortunately don't exactly have the best armor class. But we still make do just fine in our own way, shape, and form. Also, let's drop Degeneration Potions before I forget, shall we? 7 League Boots. I mean, if you thought Rampage on me was a bad combo, oh boy, just you wait till I can cross the entire map and do it. But no, we're unable to wear them, unfortunately, so we don't get to see just how dangerous things would get in that scenario. And instead, we'll just keep moving forward here. There we go, our boulder beetle friend getting taken down. I think we're back to being in giftable territory. Oh, we are not. That's a shame. Let's hope that we get back there relatively soon here. Excuse me, friends. Yeah, that's not good enough, actually. Thought it was for a brief moment, but it's because I'm dumb. As they just all completely avoided. I mean, so much for me being the intelligent one here. Which is a sentiment I will again repeat as I accidentally hit all the wrong spells. Whoopsie daisies. But this is where we make our money, against crowds of non-poison resistant enemies. You absolutely love to see it. Perfect. Bullfrog kind of falls under that category as well. Lovely. And there comes the Petrify, but fortunately there's nothing else around. Oh me, oh my. Please, more yak packs, more elephant packs. Game has never felt so sweet. Forest Scrolls of Blinking, also a pretty solid place to find ourselves here. Let's just stack up a bunch of these poison effects real quick. Beauty. Absolutely wonderful. Oops. Again, maybe I just shouldn't have swapped those and I had gone used to where Ignite Poison was. And here we go. Just ignite all those sons of guns and no issues whatsoever. Just kind of tab our way through, or I guess the Poison Mage equivalent of tabbing our way through Lair here. 6 heads is a little bit scary, but you are on fire, and now you are dead. Going back to controversial takes, dead Hydras, very easy to deal with. Maybe the only one, but I'll say it. I'll say it with my chest, loud and proud. The only good Hydra is a dead one. Or, you know, a Liarnan Hydra that's been summoned from a Phantom Mirror, but then we're getting into all sorts of specifics there. But okie dokie, not too bad. That's where we'll stop in Lair for now. We won't go and clear the last floor until we're a little bit stronger. Probably heading to either Shoals or Orc next. In fact, Orc seems like a nice spot to visit. I hear it's lovely this time of year, so let's head back this way real quick. And we should be able to layer on the poison for most enemies. Of course, a warg had to show up since they're the one exception to the rule, but it is what it is. Do you have poison resistance? You do. How about that? You can't make that stuff up. Well, let's take you upstairs, I guess, and we'll just punch you real quick. And then the rest of you, though, are a bit more reasonable, right? Fantastic. And that's more so how orcs should go. That's what we're aiming for in life, at the very least. It's nice when you all grab Toxic Radiance and then targets are dead before you even manage to tab to them. It's another very satisfying result. Sidmuna gives us another gift. What have you got for us here? Malediction in the Mountains. I mean, fantastic title for that wizard's autobiography, but unfortunately not quite what we're looking for in life. We'll just keep racking up the poison here as we make our way through. Perfect. And this is a bigger Orc 1 floor than you usually see, for sure. Maybe something I can wear? Absolutely nothing I can wear. So we'll keep removing here. Just absolutely clipping along, and this is going to be a thing of beauty. 1 turn of Ogleb's Toxic Radiance, 1 Ignite Poison, and there it goes. And that's the whole entrance. Beautiful. Hello, brethren. I'm so sorry. Had to be done. Hate to do it, but at the same time, kind of satisfying in its own right. Just to prove that I am once and for all the strongest ogre that there ever was, and ever will be at the end of the day. Though you all knew that, of course. How else would I possibly still be alive on this character unless they were an absolute beast? That doesn't seem possible. And so it continues. Looks like every stair had its own little selection, its own little coterie of bodyguards surrounding it. Almost wish we could have gone down each one like the first. Get a little taste of the last floor vaults without actually having to deal with the struggle that is the end of vaults. Absolutely terrifying in general. And just keep it going here. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Love to see it. Okay, here's where things get interesting. 33% chance to paralyze us is not great. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's throw down Mephitic Clouds and hopefully that confuses enough enemies to do some work. At least the sorcerers don't have a lot of health, you know? Silver linings and all of that. One more time. I mean, we do manage to confuse you, so that's something. Oh, Ignite Poison is actually what I was going for. Got there at the end of the day, so it's all good. Fantastic. This isn't even like the main keep. Hey kids, what are you all doing? At least I don't think so. That door that we dropped the exclusion on felt like it was going to be the highway to the danger zone, as it were, but maybe not. I'm always ready and willing to be proven wrong. Wouldn't be even close to the first time, and definitely wouldn't be the last either. Let's buy both these heal wounds, though. That seems fantastic. We still have a decent amount of curing, so we don't need that. Not too bad. Hardest species in the game? You think so, Star Polemic? I don't know. After my personal experiences with Deep Elf, I feel like we might land on different categories, even though I know that even saying that out loud, it feels wrong, because Deep Elves are really strong, and I think it was more so just our own anecdotal experiences within this series. But I'm surprised at how well the Ogre is going. We're not quite at the point in the run where you really start to have issues with your lack of defensive capabilities. It's kind of shortly after this, kind of heading for the first rune territory, where I generally start to run into issues. But hopefully we can find ourselves some decent transmutation spells before then, or could also steal some skin from some draconic friends or something to that extent, and that would be lovely. No, we'll take a step back though and light it all on fire. That's not too bad. We should be able to take out the priest before they get too many turns in. Beautiful. And no problems whatsoever. I mean, part of why I'm probably having such an easy time on Ogre in particular here is because we got so lucky when it came to the spell drops from Sifmuna, the earliest ones giving us all the poison magic we'd ever need in life. What do we get now? That's not quite so good. How to use it? It's our spell casting and how to use it. Again, fantastic spellbook name, but not exactly the belle of the ball there. Not what we were hoping for in life, so we'll just have to keep going for the time being and see what else Sif sends our way as we move forward here. Hello, friends. At least we have a pretty straightforward plan at any given fight. Just OTR and then light it up. Nice and straightforward. Just how we wish it to be. But friend, it's kind of nice too because you can always just OTR and then see how it cascades through, and if you start to have issues with like melee fighting, whatever you're up against. Oh, did not realize you were an Ogre mage. I was not paying close enough attention apparently. But once the fighting turns sour, that's when you just ignite poison, and it's a good finisher move real quick for the very end. To me, friends, to me, all of you come this way, please and thank you. That would be absolutely lovely. Perfect. I mean, we are at the end of our rope when it comes to mana, but what better timing as we just clear off the group of individuals that we're bringing on to us here. You do love to see it. Oh, and there we go. This is where things get a little bit tougher. You're not poison resistant. No, you are not. That's good. Still gonna take a little bit of a beating, and that Arbalist is gonna hurt quite badly, unfortunately. See, transmutations was only going up to 10. That brings us down to, it was 45% chance on the irradiate there. So we'll probably train some conjurations just to take us over the edge. You'll make Mephitic Cloud just slightly more consistent as well as a minor bonus. That's something. Didn't know he was an Ogre Mage and you guys were together at the last convention. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm really bad for faces, you know. It's hard to tell people apart, even if they were once valued friends. I'm pretty sure we dated the same girl at Magic University too, but hey, it is what it is, and we can't all be perfect. Okay. You are really close to dead, so I think this is where we bring out the large rock. And 74% chance. I was hoping for a little bit more some from that, but hey, it is what it is. I have 50 health. I'm debating just hiding behind this buddy. They are gonna die to poison, unfortunately, but we could get a turn out of it. I guess even stepping away and still hiding behind them was probably not a terrible play. Because oh boy, now is that Arbalest gonna hurt. We seem to have almost perfect gap though to make this work out. Oh, not quite. Not quite. On the short end at the very least we do. Oh, confusion is bad. None of that, please. Okay, we're still radiating some toxicity here. Let's bring out Ice Blast and chances of blowing your mind, 29%. Not good, friends, not good. In that case, what else do we throw at this? We could drink a healing potion in advance here, making sure that we're in a half-decent spot. Could again try a large rock, but that means potentially 2 turns of them shooting us. Probably not quite. Arbalest is a pretty slow weapon, but it's oftentimes better to be safe than sorry. Let's drink 1. Come on, Priest. Yes. Thank you, Priest, for stepping between us. I mean, you are going to smite me, and I'm going to hate that, but it's something. And let's see, 1 more OTR. Does that do the trick? Let's give it a shot. Should at least kill the Priest in the back. And Wand of Flame is something. Do I risk it all with a large rock? Don't think so. Let's go with Net. 74% chance. Whoops. Not great. You have 2 pips of poison on you. Do I believe that that's enough for you to die? Outlook does not look good. Try again later. Oh my gosh, how did you catch up to me, friend? Excuse me? That's something, I guess. Well, let's see. Still have your Arbalest out, 32 damage plus whatever weapon. I don't remember what, you had some kind of axe if I had to guess. Let's just go for the swing. You're really close to dead. Got all that poison coursing in your veins, and there we go. Warlord, down and out for the count. Oh me oh my. Was it closer than I cared to admit though. Now this is more my speed. If I could just get a few more of these kinds of crowds, that would be lovely. Even you, no problem whatsoever. Fortunately, the High Priests have low enough health that they die in a couple of Ignite cycles. So, ain't no thing but a chicken wing. And let's just get back to it, shall we? Give me your shops. I'm feeling a shopping spree coming on. Unfortunately, it's not likely that we can get anything fashionable in the shops here, since the majority of armors that are for sale aren't made for us again here, but hey, that's potential. That's something at least. We'll take a look, see what you got here. Bro, tender moments. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a sucker for a good tender moment, but unfortunately, not quite the effects we were looking for, so that will have to be thrown by the wayside for the time being here. Cancellation potion. Oh, is unknown. Let's actually just buy that then. Lignification. Also, that's a nice, relatively free ID. 45 gold is very cheap. And same thing. Or not same thing necessarily. We can also ID haste It's not quite as cheap, but it's just worth the price there. I'd give an arm and a leg at the end of the day for just a bit of speed. Apparently our Ogre's a wee bit of an addict, but that's fine. He's working on it. Good old mediocre here tries their best. Hello, priest. Kind of just balls to the wall on that one. Well, one final ignite poison is all it takes. Absolutely fantastic. And then transmutations will probably get turned back on, as well as what we mentioned earlier, some conjurations just to bring this up to at least a half decent point. And what else? I mean, might as well train some more fighting. Again, it's cheap, and more health is just a thing of beauty. Brings a tear to my eye every time I take a look in that upper right corner and see just how much health we're working with. I mean, it's beautiful. Let's poison the crap out of this Cyclops before they get another opportunity to throw a stone at us. Perfect. More big rocks for me, thank you. It's nice that they have a full, large stone delivery service going these days. Can't complain too much about that. Were there 2 stairs here? Ah, there were. So that's all of our orcish mines for now here. Can we get spellcasting to a round number? Is 9 no good? Probably can bring it up to 10. In fact, let's just do it. Why the heck not? We have a bunch of things at like 10, 12. Those are my go-tos. 10, 12, and 16 for whatever reason are my go-to like targets. 9 is just used for fighting and spellcasting. Again, for no real reason. It's just some arbitrary rule that my brain decided was the be-all end-all laws of the universe, never to be disobeyed. Not to say that you can't turn them beyond those points, but just for those first caps. It's got to be done, unfortunately. And where do we wish to go? Shoals isn't bad for us with poison at the very least. Have to worry about the occasional sea snake, but other than that, we can keep just going with the usual routine here. Alternatively, it's back out to regular dungeon, which is probably also great. You misread it as 9.8 and was like, what? You mean you don't train your skills to exactly 9.8 at any given opportunity? I thought that was just the go-to strategy in the game. Okay. Less than ideal. Let's maybe throw you down. Then we can ignite poison. Oh, I'm slowed by the Wraith, but they should die. Jeez, 8-headed Hydra is rough. So that's going to be a blink from me. That was almost a very stupid death. I would have been very unhappy with myself. But hey, we didn't die, so absolutely suck it. Get completely wrecked. What were you even? 8-headed Hydra, right? Oh, apparently I am not quite at the age where I've developed object permanence. I'm working on it though. We'll get there eventually. One day. Okie dokie. Rest of you, fairly straightforward. Gargoyle is actually not fantastic for us. If we had a radiate up and kickin', 32% is a little bit out of our wheelhouse. Let's see, have I missed any spells that we picked up that might change how I am moving forward in life here? Not so much. The one thing that I should check is Divine Exegesis. 19% is not bad, but we'll probably train that up just a smidge coming up here. Probably wait out what we currently have going for us. Do I face a gargoyle? Yeah, probably. Was this the run? No, last run we got LRD. Okay, that's a good distinction to make here before I go into any situations misleading myself. 31% chance. Let's just go for it. It's not like we're going to be paralyzing too much else down here. And then we can just punch. Punch ya. What do it be? Book of Changes? So close. I got excited because I was like, that means transmutation, but these are just crappy transmutations. But hey, that's just a taste. That's just a sneak peek, a preview of what we're about to experience, right? Nothing but up from here, I believe. Let's confuse our new friend here real quick, and then just go into one of our usual cycles. You, friend, stand in the fire and the flames. No, I do not want to walk into them myself. Thank you, game, for asking. I appreciate it. So let's see, we get 2 better AC. It's something, but we'll stick with the regen for now. The regeneration does wonders in its own right. A bit less so against this son of a gun in particular, though. You know? Could try and use some rocks, but that's always slightly risky. Because we will, of course, take 16 hits in the intervening time. Maybe just slightly, just a smidge less than ideal. Seeing as how we almost died the last time something similar happened. 8 heads might just be a smidge much for us, unfortunately. Do I have anything in here that could potentially change the tide against a Hydra? Not right now, obviously, because it's not like I'm going to sit here and memorize a spell with the 8 heads all bearing down on us from beyond. But we can definitely still escape where we are yet. And if there's something here, anything, that is nice and usable. Petrify is relatively close, so that's something. It'll be fairly low spell power, of course, so it's not exceptionally likely to work. Swiftness helps us get away, so that's something. For now, let's just play it a little bit safer, get the heck out of there. And, oh, hello friend. Didn't see you there. Give me your skin. Not that I need it, I'm already wearing one, but sometimes it's nice to just flex on a fool. And just the sheer fact that if I wanted their skin, I could take it is enough for me at the end of the day here. 7-headed Hydra. Technically might be more manageable. I'm not sure if that will actually bear out. In fact, ooh, okay, let's be slightly cautious as to how we work this. Getting a bit surrounded here. That was perfect cloud coverage from Mephitics. That was lovely. As for the rest of you, geez, that was too many Hydra hits. Let's do me one of these. Can I survive even one more? 7 times 18 is way higher than I thought, actually. Now that I think about it, because that is 56 plus 70, 126. Less than ideal. Hey, Ninth, how's it going? We're finally doing it. We're on Ogre. We're just looking for those transmutations now. I know you're not a huge Sifmuna fan, but we're gonna just force transmutations, so I went that direction. So we'd for sure get Dragon form and whatchamacallit, Manifold Assault. We won't be happy till we can watch the world burn around us, but you know, in a good way. But in general, Ogre's going pretty fantastic. I'm very much liking it. Hey, there's the Manifold Assault. You don't say. Just a single piece of the puzzle. But we can start training that pretty quick here. But yeah, no, been very much enjoying Ogre, and not just because we finally have health in our life for once, but also because we've been getting fairly lucky with a lot of the spells that have come out, getting nice early, like Troll Leather armors and whatnot. Our first run was actually very promising, but surprisingly, I somehow piloted it into an early grave. I know, who could possibly guess that I would do such a terrible thing? It's not like I have a track record or anything. But no, in general, adoring Ogre and very happy to be trying to make this all work. I hope you're having a great weekend, though. Thanks for dropping on by, Ninth. I always appreciate seeing your lovely name swinging on